Okay, hello traders and welcome to our market update video. It's still Naupan here, founder of Master the Markets Elite Trades Conference and the Traders Open Day. So today we are on our market update video. We're going to take a look at other markets as well, how they are performing. But before that, just as we usually do, just a topic, a very quick topic for you guys, just for you all just to see on how you can apply that knowledge onto the markets. Now, the topic for today is on trend lines, and I'm going to talk specifically on when do trend lines not work. Okay, when do trend lines not work? And to do that, we will take a look at 3 points. First of all, what are trend lines? Right? So what are trend lines? Now, how do you draw a trend line and what is a trend line? A trend line is basically one which connects swing highs and swing lows together. So for example, in a textbook format, you will have a trend line going like that, right? And on an uptrend, which is one connecting the lows over here. Now, traders, you can see that in this diagram itself, the trend line is connecting points where price is bouncing off from, right? And that's what we call the swing high and swing low points, right? Which is very, very important for drawing any of these technical analysis points, okay, which is known as a trend line. Now, therefore, if the swing high, swing lows are important for you to draw those trend lines, then isn't it not important to quantify those swing high and swing low points as well? So now this is the most critical point here, which most people don't do, and they keep drawing trend lines, and this is when trend lines do not work, okay? Because you do not have a consistent reproducible way, because you've not quantified your swing high and swing lows. For example, over here, it's very pretty much simple for us to draw a trend line because our swing high and swing lows have been quantified by our bespoke smart money indicator. Okay, so for example, if I want to draw a trend line over here, it's pretty much simple for us right now. We just connect this point to this point here. That's pretty much that, you see. So, and then we got a trend line here, and you can see that right now, price is starting to breach through that price line and coming back in again. Okay, that's how and what a trend line is. Now, the second point, what I do want to cover, now that I've discuss with you what is a trend line and why the conventional trend lines do not work because of this keyword, the quantification has not been done. The second thing is then why is it important to draw a trend line? Okay, why is it important? Why are trend lines even generally important? The reason being is that one of the main things that trend lines really do is they measure momentum. Okay, momentum of overall price. All right, you can see that the momentum of the price is kind of degrading at the moment as it is not adhering to the steep line or the conservative line or whatever you may call it of the trend line gradient. Okay, so for example, if price, you see, for example, traders, if price is going steep like that, that's a strong, steep, momentum-based trend line over here. But if price is going more slowly like that, you can see that the gradient of the trend line is a bit more lower and not as steep as that. So a trend line can measure the steepness of the momentum on how fast and steep the price is accelerating at. That's what you can do. But over here, master the markets, I mean, we usually not a big fan of trend lines because we know how to read price, and price is always more faster than any technical analysis indicator you may use. Technical analysis indicators are a bit lagging, but they can confirm what price is doing. But once you need confirmation, it's always usually late. But however, your reliability will be higher. Now, the final thing is then, how do you use these trend lines? Okay, how do you use trend lines then? Of course, the usual way is if price has gone up and then it's coming back further down, wait for it to then come down to the trend line and then you can take a position. The same thing for a downtrend. If it's come back further down and it's still not coming back to trend line, wait for it to come to the trend line and then wait for a price action setup and then take the trade. That's how you can use them. Of course, some people also do use trend lines in a way where they use in a particular phase itself, not to capture when the trade coming in by itself. So on price bars itself, then as to capture when that phase is going to end, and then to capture the counter trend move. So this is what some traders also do. Okay, so you can draw different types of trend lines depending on the objective what you want to capture. The trend line what I've drawn over here is based on cycles. So this is a trend line based on cycles rather than a trend line based on phases. Okay, over here. So for example, if I draw a trend line, what I just did over here, that'll be based on phases. The objective of that kind of trend line will be to capture when the phase is going to end and to capture a counter trend move or a trend move. Okay, whereas the one that I've drawn over here is based on cycle moves. So just a quick recap again. So trend lines, what they are, most important thing, quantify the swing highs, swing lows, and then draw your trend lines, or else those trend lines would not be able to work on a consistent, reproducible basis. Why are they important? To measure the momentum. And the third thing is, how can you use them? I've told you two ways you can use them, based on cycle-based and phase-based trend lines. Okay, so good. So I guess that gives you an idea, and you can go and use them on different markets and charts. Now, a quick analysis on our trading performance. I think before that, let's quickly just take a look at our market watch over here. We can take a look at the different markets over here, what we have. And let me just do a very quick analysis now on the markets. I just want to take a look at the other than currency markets, because usually currency markets we usually give you an update. Now you can see that Bitcoin finally has breached the 5,000 level mark over here. This is something that we've been looking at for potential buying opportunities for the long run. Next thing is UK FTSE 100 is in a downtrend at the moment, as you can see over here. Oil is on a very strong upward move. Gold, you can see over here, that is on a downward phase at the moment. And finally, I'm taking a look at the Dow. Dow is finally having a little bit of retracement at the moment over here, but it's currently in a downtrend according to our swing high, swing low indicators and our trend measurements. So this is something that we are heavily looking at a way to take short positions on the Dow Jones, okay, because the weekly is kind of overextended. Now coming back into our performance for the week, on the elite trading systems, there's been no trades at all that have been taken, so it's pretty much quite flat at the moment for this week of June. In terms of the live trading room, we are currently on an open position on dollar yen is what we have taken at the moment. As you can see over here, in terms of dollar yen, what we are doing at the moment, you can see that we're currently in a long position. We've taken a long on a close, stop loss on the low. Currently, right now, we're riding this move, and our stop loss will be trailed to here at the end of today. So we can see that we are minimizing our risk as we're going along in the favor of the market. Okay. Right, I guess that's pretty much the updates for this week. So Elite Room, no trades at all, flat. Live trading room, no trades at all. Only thing is that we got a live position on dollar yen. All right, that's pretty much that. Okay, I guess that's pretty much that from me in terms of the market analysis and the market update. And as we always say, till the next time, stay disciplined, follow your trading plan, and keep trading like a master.